and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is the Zwift Run channel live on YouTube and Twitch, and also on Facebook on the Film My Run page. We have 10 kilometres to do today in the Zwift community run. The community run is one of the best, most social events on Zwift. And we are delighted you've decided to join us today. Let's get this 10 kilometres done at whatever pace you feel comfortable. So I'm going at 10 kph. And that means we'll be here for an hour. Good evening, Clive Finnemore. Good evening, Anthony. Good evening, Yoko and John Farrell. Good afternoon, Yoko, rather. Is that where you basically lie down for 45 minutes? Question mark. I love yoga and Pilates because I can go to sleep. And nobody notices. Right, you'll notice that I am the run leader today, so I do have to keep tabs on everybody in the group and chat to them and make sure they're all happy. But I am watching chat on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, so if you're watching on any of those channels and you want to ask me a question or just say hello, then feel free to do so. I see we've got John Hancock in the run today. Nice to see Mr. Hancock has joined us today. Saturday morning run in the park legend. Big up the ZLDR massive. I just thought I'd say stuff that young people say. Is that what young people say? Big up the ZLDR massive. By the way, the yellow beacon is running at 9... Not 9 kph, 10 kph. By the way, the yellow beacon is running at 10 kph. You are more than welcome to join the train if you like. We have already done 1 kilometre. Anthony says, good evening, Yoko, Stephen, Clive and John. Sarah Jacobson's going a little bit slower than 10 kph today. At least you are not on a work call, Sarah. Look out for the bucket hats, exactly. You do what you gotta do. Oh, right. So, having said Sarah Jacobson doesn't have a work call, she may have to join one in 30 minutes. Sarah, can you tether us in on the call so we can help you out? Question mark. Ah, well, if it's super secret and confidential, then we may need to call Jeff Partridge. Right, it's Anthony's rest day today, so that's why Anthony isn't running with us. Yoko is with us. Stefan Gross is there as well. Sarah Jacobson. We've got Paul Hayward, Steve Smith, John Farrell, John Hancock, which is great. And then plenty of other runners. Burgess is there as well. PK is there. And some names I don't recognise as well, of course. Oh, John Farrell threw a sickie today from work. I threw a sickie 20 years ago and I haven't been back. Clive Finnemore has just finished Monday Run Club, and now it's time to cook dinner. He's got fajitas tonight. Clive, by the way, runs the MHG Club every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, midday UK time if you want to go and run 5k at a nice relaxed pace with Clive. Then go and join the MHG Club Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And Clive also live streams on this channel. Victoria has now joined the chat. And I know some of you might not care two hoots, but I know some of you are waiting for the release of the Thames Path 100 video, which you can see if you are a member of the Film My Run YouTube channel. But it hasn't been released to the public yet, and it may be a day or two before it is released. So just hold your horses. I know you won't be hanging on tenterhooks waiting, but it will be released in a couple of days, and it will be worth it, I promise. It's a really good video, really good story, so hopefully it won't be too long before we can get that out to you. But there are reasons why I haven't released it yet. Paul Hayward says, I'm signing up for my long-awaited half marathon. Which half marathon is that, Paul? Has anybody been racing this weekend? Question mark. Ryan Downey's joined us. Ryan Downey, better late than never. Right, Paul Hayward is running the Cheltenham Half Marathon in September. Good luck with that, Paul. That'll be awesome. Paul, have you actually ever run an outdoor race? I've got a feeling you haven't. John Hancock's just signed up for the 20k round Sheffield run. Wazza has got Park Run before he starts his next training plan. Clive says he's looking forward to the Thames Path video. We'll make it a premiere, I think. So I'm just waiting for an email back from the sponsors, basically. Full transparency. This is the first time on the channel that we have had a paid sponsor of the video. So sometimes, let me explain a little bit about how YouTube works for us sometimes. So quite often, you'll get sent a product by a company, and they will say, could you do a review of it and you have a free product? That's all well and good. You can get pairs of shoes and tops or whatever it might be, and you just have to do a video. That's fine, but it doesn't pay the bills. So the ideal scenario for YouTubers as they grow is to get paid sponsorship. So that's a company that will pay you actual money to advertise their product in a video. And so this is the very first time that we've actually had one of those on the channel. Well, sort of the first time. We have been paid for videos before, but so the company involved have said that they won't interfere with the video. They're not going to tell us to make any changes unless we have a specific error related to the product, because they don't want false information going out. Say, for example, we said the battery life was 2 days, and in fact it's only 1 day, something like that. They don't want that information going out to the public, so they might ask us to change something that's wrong. So I'm just waiting for them to come back to me to say it's all approved, it's fine, and so we can release it. Victoria and Clive are having a chat about the 100-mile race that we did last weekend. Victoria says 100 miles is definitely the most horrendous thing I've ever done. I can guarantee you it's not the most horrendous thing I've ever done, but we don't want to. Let's not talk about that. I mean, let's just say the squirrel wasn't happy. I don't know why I start these things. 1/4 of the way through for the yellow beacon group. I hope your run is going well and that you are feeling relaxed and comfortable. Unless your Monday 10k is a time trial, then keep pushing. Ideally, this is a nice relaxed start to the week. Camilla is tired but comfortable. Jarrett is catching up and bringing the pretzels and cheese. Pretzels and cheese will do just fine, thank you very much, Jarrett. Victoria says childbirth is far easier than running 100 miles. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. Good evening, Tina. So Paul says he has done a 1:42 half marathon before, but he says it was a long time ago. Still a 1:42 half. Nice one, Paul. So are you hoping to get anywhere near that this time? Lots of ZLDR runners going to Manchester soon. We'll stop. Good luck, everyone taking part. I don't think Aaron is going, whoever he is. We do have an Aaron on Zwift, actually. Right, 3 kilometres done. Tina says, I wouldn't even contemplate running 100 miles, Victoria, so hats off to you for an amazing achievement. Three kilometres for the Beacon group. I definitely know a couple of Aarons. has anyone actually run around real reservoir in Central Park? Question mark. Sarah Jacobson has. Nice one, Sarah. And Camilla has, yes. And John Hancock says he has. Wow, cool. Right, Victoria was trying to keep running 100 miles secret. We didn't do a terribly good job, to be honest. Tina Beard knew all about it. She says, I've never kept a secret so well for so long. You kept it better than me, Tina. Sarah, that's no problem. It's absolutely delightful to have you with us as always. Just means more beer, pretzels and cheese for the rest of us. Why are you starting to get frustrated, Sarah? Tell me. Is it just trying to get your mojo back? Anthony Anderson wants to bring up Eurovision. He says, I saw on the news that we resumed our normal position at Eurovision. Someone has to prop up the rest, yeah? Second last. I watched it. I don't often watch Eurovision, to be honest. But I did this time. I quite enjoyed it in the ironic way. It is terrible. The whole thing, all the music is pretty awful, to be honest. But you just have to laugh at it and enjoy it. Sarah, listen, just don't worry about it. Just relax. It will come back to you. You'll feel good again at some point. You know, sometimes for some people, running a marathon just takes it out of you. Emotionally, mentally, physically. And it just honestly takes time. Just don't worry about it. Relax. Take some time off. Walk away from the treadmill. Walk away from your running shoes for a little while if you need to. And you'll come back to it because you'll miss it. You'll start to miss it. I'm ignoring you, John Farrell. Sarah says, I just wish I was one of those people that could bounce back quickly. Yeah, I know. And I see how it's frustrating when you see other people doing other runs after Paris. I do get that. I understand. But you've just got to do you. I know that's a cliched phrase. You just have to concentrate on you and do your thing. Camilla says, I was out for 5 weeks. Getting back on track is hard. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. It was a long time ago, mate. Victoria wanted Croatia to win Eurovision. Of course, I wanted Finland to win Eurovision. Was anybody else disappointed that Finland did not win Eurovision? Right, Paul Hayes says no, he wasn't disappointed. No, it's finished, Jarrett. It was on Saturday. The Eurovision Song Contest was on Saturday, won by Sweden with a fairly banal, dull song. Right, comma, I am now ignoring both John Farrell and John Hancock. To be honest, I didn't think the English song was that great. I meant to say British. Yeah, don't be a John. Don't be like John. Be the Tortoise has been away for the weekend and did my first ever run outside. Huge confident boost, felt free. Fantastic. That is great to hear. Well done, Be the Tortoise. I've forgotten your name again now. I did know it. Is it Darren? No, that's somebody else. Be the Tortoise. I've forgotten your name. I know you run with us, and I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Camilla says the best part was Kate playing the piano. Princess Kate? What's she called? Rob, that's it. Thank you very much, Rob. Tina Beard says, I'm disappointed you're not wearing the Finnish green arm sleeves. I just couldn't get hold of them in time. If you are watching the live stream, I am currently wearing the Finnish green armbands from Eurovision. That'll get a few people over here. Heather says, fantastic work. Rob, well done on your first outdoor run. That's great stuff. Clive was blown away when he heard that Victoria was running the whole 100 miles of the Thames Path. Victoria says, I didn't run the whole thing. There were lots of walking breaks. Yeah. Unless... I mean, I think even the guys at the front have a little bit of a walking break every so often. But, yeah, unless you're an elite level athlete running 100 miles, you are going to walk a lot. I'm not actually wearing it because I couldn't order it quick enough. Have we got a speedy runner coming past? Great to have you with us, Ryan. See you again soon. Yeah, Victoria says you can't walk too much or you'll get timed out. Absolutely. We had to do some running. You can't walk the full 100 miles. Or, well, actually, I don't know. Some people have walked it, but very fast. Very fast walkers. Okay, the yellow beacon group is now halfway. If you are in front or behind the yellow beacon, keep running, keep enjoying yourself. Don't forget to check the companion app for runs later in the week. There's always something going on with I can't type on this phone. I'm going to have to get it fixed. John Farrell says, are there any events coming up? Well, there's nothing in the calendar that's particularly exciting. Just scrolling through to see if I've forgotten anything. There's no tour of Watopia or tour of Zwift or anything coming up soon, from what I understand. Yeah, and no, I can't see anything listed. There are no specific events like Tour of Watopia. But there are plenty of MHG, FMR, FMR, ZLDR runs available. And ZLDR runs available. That took an awful long time to say into the phone. I am going to have to get the screen repaired because the letter M is a nightmare on this phone. I cannot type the letter M. And of course, when you say the letter M, it often comes out as N or whatever, various other things. So don't be a stranger. Keep running with us throughout the week. And don't forget, run in the park on Saturdays. With the legendary John Hancock! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Did you know Run in the Park is the longest running event on Zwift? Full stop. 6 years now. I think it's 6 years, isn't it, John? Or is it 5? So 5 or 6 years, anyway. Run in the Park on a Saturday on Zwift. Clive says, have a good run, everyone. I'm going to sort the crow out. Not many people say that, do they? I am going to sort the crow out. Need to strap his wing up and sort out his enclosure. See you tomorrow for the Film My Run 500. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. Steve Smith's going to fix my phone. Can you put a new screen on it for 10 quid, please, Steve? Five kilometres every Saturday at 3 different times. Check the companion app. It is a very well loved event. Thanks, Steve. To be honest, I was thinking of buying a screen myself and trying to fit it myself. I'm sure I've done it before on an iPhone 10. They're relatively straightforward to do yourself, aren't they? It's just easier to get somebody else to do it. But I just don't want to spend 60 quid at the moment. Blimey, is it 6 times during the day now? Wow. Jeff Partridge, good evening. We've been talking about you already, Jeff. Your ears must have been burning. Steve Smith, if you can message me the best parts to get, that would be handy. That would really help me out. If you can recommend the best parts, and then I'll do it myself. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Right, Jeff Partridge is in the house, and Jeff Partridge made a really good attempt at the UTS 50k on Saturday. Didn't quite make it to the end. It was very, very hot. Amazing, Stefan. Well done. So we will see you again when some new levels arrive. Thank you, Steve. Right, I'm sure I've got a bug on my list of names. Unless it's a new thing that I wonder if I take my camera angles off, it'll stop going up and down like that. You see the names list on the right-hand side? It keeps whizzing up and whizzing down. And it's very frustrating on my eye. And I'm just wondering if it's something to do with my camera angles and the new update has made it possible to scroll up and down on the names list. And then my camera angles are now automatically scrolling up and down. Yeah, Sarah Jacobson says, I noticed that in your screen, the scrolling up and down. Do you think, I think it is my, so it's not happening on yours then, Sarah? Is it happening on anyone else's? Because I think it might be my camera angles. Let me move my mouse and see if that works. Right, and we'll just put it on 7. Hang on a minute. We put it on 7. Put it over here. Right, John Farrell says it's happening on his as well. Okay, I've moved my mouse out of the way so the camera angles are not working now. So let's see if... See, it's not moving at the moment, is it? Right, Anthony Anderson says it's going up and down on mine as well. Okay, so maybe it isn't to do with my camera angles. Maybe this is a new thing then. It's very frustrating. Is everyone still okay? Question mark. Let's get some more chat going on here and see if it moves it up. 20 kilometres done for Stefan, 1 final kilometre. All good for Camilla. Now, this is interesting though, look. It isn't moving about for me now. John Hancock's all good. So, maybe, now I'm starting to question it again because now I'm wondering whether it is to do with camera angles. Anthony, when you say it's going up and down on yours as well, do you mean on your actual Zwift? Or on your live stream view? Because it doesn't seem to be going up and down now on mine. Now that I've moved my mouse out of the way and the camera angles are not working, the names thing is not whizzing up and down anymore. Okay, John Farrell says he's had a few updates recently. It's not doing it now, but it did the other day. 7 kilometres in. 7 kilometres for the Beacon group. 3 to go. I feel like I want to turn off the reservoir path, though. I need some countryside and some hills. Right, Anthony says it's not doing it now on the live stream. No, yes, that's correct. So I think maybe it is to do with me then. So it is something like what they've done is they have enabled the ability to scroll up and down on the names list. But inadvertently what that's done is it's meant that some of my controls for my camera angles are activating that scrolling. So I'll bet when I put the mouse back on here and the camera angles start again, it'll start whizzing up and down again. There you go. Yes, John, it might be that your mouse was just kind of bouncing. That could be it as well. It could be it might be nothing to do with the camera angles. It might just be the sensitivity of the mouse. Yes. Right, let me see if camera angle still works. If I... Hold on a minute. I press there and then move that over there. Okay, we're figuring this out now. Let's see. Wazza says, thanks, Stephen, and all. Great run. Thank you, Wazza. Thank you, Wazza. Good night. Two and a half K to go. Yes, Sarah says, I noticed it happening a lot when chat was active in game. Anthony says, maybe it's a ploy to slow you down. Anyway, I think I've got it sussed. I think John Farrell is correct. It's not actually to do with the camera angles. It's to do with the sensitivity of the mouse. And when it's on the screen, it's activating the scrolling of the names. And when it's not, so I've moved the mouse off screen to my other screen. I've got two screens active, so I've moved the mouse off screen 1 and onto screen 2, and it's not doing it. So I think we may have solved it within 5 minutes of trying to work it out. Thank you to John. I think I have given a thumbs up to everyone. We'll stop. Don't forget to give thumbs up to those around you who've run with you and supported you. Heart rate is fairly comfortable this evening, 130 BPM or so. Average, been a bit lower at the moment, 128. And we're coming up to 8 kilometres done, just 2 to go now. Well done, Stefan. Take care and we'll see you soon. Level 30, a go-go. Is anyone on level 29? Question mark. How many people are nearly at level 30? No one. Camilla's on 23. Is anyone brave enough to tell me what level they're on? No, that's not what I want to say. I want to ask if anyone's brave enough to say like they're a newbie. Is anyone on less than level 10 and fairly new here? Question mark. Everyone is welcome, of course. I'm just being nosy. Just being nosy, seeing if there's any newbies here. Right, Jarrett's put the fan on. He's suffering. Fantastic, AJ. We need more runners joining every week. Are you referring to me or yourself, Jarrett, as the dark side? Question mark, exclamation mark. Your jokes are dark. You're telling me. Hello, Amy. Thank you for your message earlier on, Amy. So Amy's just watched our Thames Path 100 run video, which you can only see at the moment if you are a member of Zwift. No, if you are a member. No, I'm not a member of Zwift. If you're a member of the Film My Run YouTube channel. So you can only watch our Thames Path video if you're a member of the Film My Run YouTube channel. And it only costs about £1 or $2 to join. So if you want to do that, if you want to help our channel out, then please do that. If not, we will be releasing it to the public in the next couple of days, and we'll do a premiere so we all watch it together. I have reported you so many times, but they keep ignoring me. They tell me you are just part of the furniture and there's nothing I can do. Anthony is nearly on level 20. Sarah Jacobson is lingering at level 27. That's all right. Right, why are the boys getting away from me up ahead there? I seem to be running on my own. I must catch up with the boys in front. Brown or red sauce on your fries? Question mark. John Hancock wants to sneak in just under the hour. We should do that. 10 kilometres an hour. Should be fine. 1 kilometre to go. And then we'll be done. My wife has curry sauce on her fries. Are you going, Camilla? Well done. See you soon. Look at that. I've tried to put an M and it's gone NNMIOLLA. That's ridiculous. Camilla. Stupid phone. Amy Green says curry sauce is nice with chips. It is actually, but it's a different thing. So if I want like standard fish and chips, there's no way I would put curry sauce on it. I would put salt and vinegar on it. But curry sauce and chips is a nice separate thing. My pleasure, Camilla. Yeah, vinegar. Oh, vinegar and not salt and vinegar. Right, Paul Hayward would put vinegar and salt on his chips as opposed to salt and vinegar. Interesting taste, I would have thought. Yeah. Amy says, I love vinegar on fish and chips. Yeah, I think that's what I mean, really. Fish and chips. Your standard British fish and chip supper kind of thing. But curry and chips is a different dish, isn't it? That's a different meal. Oh yeah, I forgot. Victoria likes a pea fritter as well. Now you're going to get people asking what a pea fritter is. John Hancock, there will be no 500 metre sprint to the line. John Hancock says, thanks, enjoyed that. Gotta run, see you later everyone, says Jarrett. No worries, take care everyone. Thanks for joining. Oh no. Amy Green says, I love a pineapple fritter too. You are wrong, Amy. That is so wrong. You'll be meeting up with Clive Finnimore for pineapple on pizza in a minute. Right, that's Amy. That's what you're getting every lap of the Backyard Ultra. I will be feeding you pineapple fritters whether you like it or not. Good luck with whatever you're doing for the rest of the week. And we'll hope to see you again soon. There you go. Sarah Jacobson doesn't even know what a fritter is. Come on, Victoria, or Amy, explain to Sarah Jacobson from the United States of America what a fritter is. What is a pea fritter? What is a pineapple fritter? What the heck is a fritter? Sarah, I think it's just some kind of fried thing. It's basically just some food wrapped in fried breadcrumbs, I think. Is that right? Somebody will correct me in a minute. Amy says, great running, everyone. Victoria says, well done all. John Farrell says, thanks again, as always, Mr. C. Inspiration. I don't know about that, John. Pain in the arse. I don't know about inspiration. Right, that Sarah Jacobson, on my description of a fritter, she says, that sounds great. And there's no sense of irony there. It's just 3 words. That sounds great. There's no exclamation mark. No laughing face at the end. Okay, deep fried in batter, says Victoria. So it's whatever food you like, deep fried in batter. There you go. And here we go, up to 10k. We are just finishing. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care. See you all soon. Oh no, we are just over an hour. John's going to kill me. Oh, I think John's gone in under an hour. He's done it. Right, well, we did run at 10 kph, didn't we? I wonder why it took us over an hour then. 1 hour 27 seconds. That's no good, is it? Average pace 6:02. Look at my splits. They are all 6 minutes or under. There's no way that took more than an hour. John Hancock says, cheers, Stephen. Paul Hayward, thank you, everyone, he says. Right, there we are. That's it. We're done here. Schumann Trail 4 times, basically. Schumann Trail is 2.5k, so we've basically run around it 4 times. Anthony Anderson says, nobody's mentioned deep-fried Mars bars. Yes, well, there is a thing, isn't it? But we mention it at the fear of upsetting Heather, who is probably still lurking in the background somewhere and will not have a word said against Scottish cuisine. So we can't mention deep-fried Mars bars, which are a Glaswegian speciality. It's basic. So you've heard of a Mars bar, haven't you, Sarah? Chocolate bar, basically. It's basically a Mars bar deep-fried in batter. Yeah, a calorific killer. Victoria would love to try a deep-fried Mars bar. Okay, yeah, Sarah, of course you've heard of a Mars. Sometimes I can't remember what confectionery is available in the US that is also available here. I would have imagined a Mars bar is pretty global, like Coca-Cola. Although Coca-Cola is not made of chocolate. I mean, I'm aware of that. I'm aware I'm mixing my confectionery and drinks. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Yes, exactly. That is it, Sarah. Right, so here's the thing, okay? Scotland, don't tell Heather this. Don't. Heather's not listening, is she? Right, Scotland is kind of like your Texas. That's what that is, right? Just shh, quiet. Right? Don't tell anyone. But we love Scotland. Bless them. We love them. Or rather, more Glasgow. Glasgow more than the whole of Scotland. Glasgow is like Texas. It is. Yoko says, thank you, Stephen. Nice strengthening for Yoko. Good stuff. Paul Hayward says, once you've tried it, you will regret it. Was Mars Bar's line, once you've tried it, you won't regret it, or something? That would be awesome if it was. That would be a great Paul Hayward pun. If the tagline for Mars Bar was, once you've tried it, you won't regret it. Right, that's it. I'm going now. I'm going to have some dinner and a shower. Not in that order. I'm going to have a shower first, I think. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Film My Run 500 at 11:35, as always. And I might well be going out with the club on Tuesday night, and then we'll be back for an interval session on Wednesday. And I might try and do a bit of a quick one on Wednesday. We'll see. We might go Group A, or we'll go Group B. Maybe Group B. We'll work our way back in. Group B next Wednesday, or on Wednesday. And then, of course, you know that I'm away next week after. Because I'm in Scotland. Oh God, I'm in Scotland. No, I can't say anything bad about Scotland because I'm in Scotland next week. Oh no. I'm in so much trouble. Right, okay, I've got to go now because I'm going to dig myself in deeper. Take care, everyone, and we'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.